Shoot him. Kill him, kill him, kill him.
Billy Campbell, the fowl hunter.
Dennis Loosier, Dr. Duck.
At Dr. Duck. Hey, we back again for another duck season, man.
I'm excited. I'm excited just to, hopefully we can pick up where we left off last year.
No lies.
So we had a great year, had great opportunities, and but for me, just reflecting on a little bit from last year, of course, was opening day.
Big deal.
Big deal, but also day two.
Yeah. And that's what we're doing here today. We're about to get started with this 23 season, 22, 23. We're super fired up about it. Thought it'd be kind of cool to, not necessarily a highlight, but just go back and look at opening weekend from last year.
Right.
Share opening day. We're gonna share the next hunt, kind of talk about that. So we appreciate you guys checking this out. We're gonna get you fired up, man. We ready to get after it. So opening day last year, obviously down in the South, kind of a big deal, and it wasn't just me and you.
Right.
It turned out to be a pretty big group of guys.
Well, anytime you have a concentration of ducks, and a lot of ducks, it also is going to bring the hunters with it. And so you're going to have a big number of guys there, and you know everybody's looking for that opportunity to kill a lot of ducks. And
speaking of looking, I mean a lot of scouting, and you're not the only one out there. There's a lot of public land hunters that put in a lot of work. That's where you ran into some of these guys, and you spent a lot of time trying to dial it in and find those birds last year.
Did you find any ducks? I found the mother lode. Oh, yes, I did. Oh, I swear it's gonna be good. That's Seth what he ran the 40 in.
Most stolen bases on baseball team.
Alright, he's gonna be the hole runner.
You know, you're looking for the best spot that creates you the best opportunity as well. And then, you know, where we were at, it's also not only finding the ducks, but having the opportunity to get the spot that you want to hunt. And, you know, so you got to think about the whole game plan when you go there. And, you know, we'll talk about it a little later, but you got to have an A, B, and a C plan, which worked out for us on day 2. But opening day, you know, I focused on a couple of areas that were holding a lot of birds.
It seemed like everything just clicked. You found the birds, you met some great new people. We got the hole.
Right, we got it. We hit, you know, that day we had the fastest guy. The thing I was proud of was that we had a big group, and then I think we had 5 different states represented in that hole.
I think it was 22 or 23 people, 5 or 6 different states represented. But the click, click, click didn't stop with getting the hole. You never know what to expect opening morning. You got ducks that have been flying their routine for maybe a few weeks, and then all of a sudden they get up one day and there's gunshots everywhere, boats everywhere, people everywhere. It could change the pattern, so you're not sure what to expect. And then I'll never forget that sight. Brian Kelso was one of the guys that was in the hole with us that morning. And
great guy.
I remember us having a big old hug. We hadn't even pulled the trigger yet, but the moon we had that day and those ducks working into that hole right before shooting light was something, wasn't it?
It's something you dream about, honestly. I mean, to see all those mallards, because you know I'm a guy about numbers, and I like seeing numbers, and I just like watching them. And so to see that, it was like he was in a dream. You know what I mean? Something like you wake up, you know, I was scared I was gonna wake up.
shit. Back.
Can I get a little can I get a little can I get a little
You know, that's the amazing part about it. Like you said, we had 23, 24 guys in there. Everybody stayed quiet. All the dogs held. Everybody just kind of stayed calm, and ducks kept pouring in, and it worked out well. You know, it's just one of those miracle hunts, because I think we at least had 5 or 6 dogs in there too. You know what I mean?
Good point, yeah.
And so, you know, to me, it was just in our favor that morning. That's not going to happen every day.
So we ended up with a big old log of green that day.
Is it worth the drive from Alabama?
It was really, you kind of come off of that, there's this build up before opener, and you know, you're finally there and you get to see a site that really, I mean, I don't know how many times I've seen almost 100 mallards killed on public land on opening day in one spot.
I would have to say that's probably my top tier all-time public land hunt, to have that many people and that many birds killed in one hunt.
Everything working together.
In 5 different states. I mean, to me, that's what public ground's about, and we develop friendships. I mean, I'm sure there's some guys that came in and they're all one big group and they all know each other, and they went in there and killed a bunch of ducks. Right. But we done it with people we didn't know. We done it with 5 different states, like I said, and to me, and for it to all come together, it was amazing to me. So that was the top tier of mine.
God almighty. Hey, every time I look at this one, he gone. Look at that one, he gone. Hey, don't shoot that one, it's a hint. Oops, she gone.
Here.
And it's super cool that day 2 worked out exactly the same way.
No, because anytime you got a lot of shooting in the area, and it's just the nature of the beast, when you hunt public ground, you're going to draw a lot of attention. And I knew day 2 was going to be a whole lot different from day 1, because a lot of strategies that guys had for day 1 didn't work out. So their planning started right after noon, when you had to be out. So everybody's regrouping, re-strategizing, whatever you want to say, to get that spot. And of course, we stuck with the same plan, which almost worked, but
it didn't work.
It
So
didn't
that was
work.
our plan A.
Right.
So we went from plan A that morning.
Well, yeah, to plan B, to plan C. You know, when I have to give it to the guys who beat us. And you know, he come in, he was a high school kid, and he came over and he says, "Hey, you're not gonna get that hoe today." And I said, "All right." And I looked down, and he didn't have any waders on. All he had on was blue jeans,
Track shoes,
and tennis shoes. And he said, "Yes, sir. I just want to let you know I run track." And I said, "Oh, really?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "I run the 400 and the 800 in high school, and I can run the 400 less than 50 seconds, and I can run the 800 in 2 minutes, under 2 minutes." I said, "Well, it's more likely you're gonna get it, but I'm gonna make you earn it." So when he took off, he was like a little gazelle through the woods. There was no chance. We had no
You
shot.
didn't try and tie a rope to
No,
his feet?
he would have to trip like 5 times for us to beat him. But anyways, he got the hole, and he carried one decoy with him like a football, and he got to the middle of the hole, and he set that one decoy in there, and went in there, and I shook his hand. Told him congratulations, and I hope he killed them all. And then, of course, we went to our B plan, right? That was our A plan. We went to B plan. Well, B plan was already taken. And we did scout one hole that it wasn't our favorite spot, because it didn't have enough water. It was just a mud hole. That's all it was. I mean, literally, the decoys, I mean, you had to stick them in the mud upright, basically, and for them to float, you know what I mean, or look like they're floating. once we got them and they could see our decoys, and we had some great callers with us too, and I think that makes a difference. We got a group of guys that are our basic core there. I feel like, you know, they got great timing calling. And what I mean is they know how to read the ducks, they know when to hit the call, and we all work together. And so I think that made a big difference that morning as well. And we didn't have as many hunters because we lost a few, like you said, we got scattered out, but we did fairly well. And to finally work those birds in, and I think we killed probably at least 30, 35 mallards that morning.
That's right.
And so to have that success on day 2, and in that area was, to me, that was probably my ultimate.
I agree. You got like you mentioned how high tiered level day 1 hunt was for you. Day 2 the same way, but totally opposite end of the spectrum.
Right.
In 2 days on opening weekend, we got everything happened just right, and we killed a lot of ducks.
Right.
Day 2, nothing worked right, and we got lucky, killed a lot of ducks. And I don't necessarily believe in luck, but you've been at this a long time, and I'm with you. I think when things don't go the way you want them, how you respond, that's all important. And here we are at the opener of another season. Like I said, we're just reflecting on last season, and look, everybody's got a new, fresh start this year.
Oh yeah.
You guys go out and have some positive impact on somebody this year on public land, and enjoy this. Enjoy these 2 videos mashed up. Let's get fired up for another season. You guys follow the journey all year long right here on the Dr. Duck YouTube.
All right, yeah, and we got the cold weather already coming in, and it looks like it's going to be a heck of a waterfowl season. I think honestly all we need is a little bit more rain, not too much, but just a little bit more rain. You know, duck hunters are hard to satisfy. It's either too hot, too cold, too much water, or not enough water. But I think we got the temperature here. We could just add just a little bit more water, and I think we'll be on time.
Let's get it.
Simple seconds of glory. Don't you ever forget, my friend, to enjoy the journey.